10.
It all begins with folks telling you what you can't do, but then ask you what you're able to do once given the opportunity.
He broke racial barriers during World War II. Now, one of the surviving members of the Tuskegee Airmen is celebrating Independence Day right here in Champaign. Good evening. I'm Jennifer Jensen. Retired Colonel Charles McGee, who attended U of I before serving in World War II, was recognized in Champaign County's Freedom Celebration this morning. WCIA 3's Jen Lask is here now. Jen, you spoke to him about the importance of teaching future generations American history.
Jennifer, Colonel McGee tells me it's important to learn from the past, and one of the most important lessons he said he's learned is to never let anyone say no.
Once I got my first flight, I knew I'd made the right decision because I was hooked.
At the age of 99, Colonel Charles McGee is one of the last surviving members of the all-African American Tuskegee Airmen. Their mission abroad? To defeat Nazi Germany. Their mission at home? To defeat racism in the armed forces, especially this notion.
We were physically qualified if America got involved in another war, but mentally and morally inferior to the white man. Therefore, we couldn't do anything technical like maintain and fly an aircraft.
In World War II, McGee's flight squadron would soar past those racial barriers, barely losing any bombers to enemy fire. McGee himself ultimately logging more than 6,000 hours flying, with more than 1,100 of those in combat. His courage has inspired many, including his family.
I know people say everyone's hero is their father, and can be more true.
His youngest daughter, Yvonne, calls her dad one of the most humble people she knows.
We didn't even know his special history growing up. They didn't really organize to become the Tuskegee Airmen until 1972, when they realized that this history is going to get lost because nobody else is telling it.
The airmen blazed a path into history books.
It's important to know where you're coming from, what you've been. A lot of it you don't need to repeat, but you need to be aware of it.
Had they not been as successful as they were, this whole country would be different.
Colonel McGee, who now lives in Maryland, has completed more than 400 combat missions in World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam. Just yesterday, U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen introduced legislation to authorize McGee's honorary promotion to Brigadier General.